Hello everyone, welcome to Multilingual. A lot of you have watched this video and taken the grammar test. Thank you for your likes and comments, I appreciate every single one of them. So, I see you've liked this video and I've decided, how about checking your knowledge of vocabulary this time? Got interested? Then keep watching this video. What does this vocabulary test look like? It includes questions on different expressions that are common in English, also idiomatic expressions, abbreviations, confusing words that first look alike but mean totally different things, or synonyms. Please don't think too long. Trust your gut feeling and decide spontaneously. Are you ready to dive into the English vocabulary? Then buckle up and let's begin. Here is an easy warm-up question for you. If you say thank you to someone, which of the responses do you usually expect? So, which one is not correct here? Same to you, you're welcome, or don't mention it. Decide spontaneously? Right. We don't say same to you to thank you, right? We say don't mention it or you're welcome. If somebody says have a lovely weekend, then I can say same to you. So our first question about the confusing words policy and politics. So which of the two options is correct? That's their office policy or politics, no private emails at work. What do you think is the right word here? Policy. That's their office policy, no private emails at work. Policy is a set of rules that people need to follow at work. Politics usually refers to the government. So, policy is the right word in this context. Number 2. How else can we say it? Just follow the instructions in the manual. It's easy. We can replace it's easy with A. It's the icing on the cake. B. It's a tough cookie. Or C. It's not rocket science. What do you think here? Okay, because we've decided to answer the question spontaneously, let's choose the last one. It's not rocket science. If you say it's not rocket science, then it means that it's easy. Do you know how this coffee machine works? Sure, just touch the display. It's not rocket science. It's easy. Let's look at two other expressions too. If somebody is a tough cookie, it's a person who is not very emotional and can handle negative situations without getting too upset. For example, as an actor, you must be a tough cookie when it comes to castings. The second expression, it's the icing on the cake, means that there is something that provides a finishing touch to something that is already really good. Here is an example for you. Your new offices are amazing and the gym is really the icing on the cake. You can also say the cherry on the cake or the frosting on the cake, whichever you prefer. Confusing words. Which of the two options is correct? The company offered a reward or an award of $10,000 for information about the cyber attack. Which word is correct in this context? Award or reward? They seem to be very similar, right? But award and reward is not the same. If you achieve something special, for example, you get a prize for being the best employee of the year, then you get an award. An Oscar, a Grammy, the Nobel Prize, this is an award. But in this context, we need the word reward. So a reward is usually money given to someone in compensation for their help. So here we have to say, if you know something about the cyber attack and report it to the police, you'll get a reward of $10,000. I'm sure you knew this one. Let's go to the next question. I like this expression. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. No more context here. And the question is, what does the speaker mean? A. let's get down to the most important part, or the opposite. Let's talk about something unimportant, private things, rumors. What do you think? Well, let me tell you that the nitty-gritty is something important, essential, or practical. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty means let's get down to business and talk about the matter. Some other collocations with the word nitty-gritty. You can also give someone nitty-gritty advice or ask someone nitty-gritty questions. Nitty-gritty advice is some kind of practical advice, and nitty-gritty questions are the questions about the matter, about the business. By the way, how good are you at business vocabulary? Can you make the right word choice here? What is correct to say at a job interview? What kind of fringe or side benefits can I expect at the company? Both expressions exist. But which one is more appropriate here? A fringe benefit, you're right. A fringe benefit is an extra payment or another benefit that you get from your company. And you usually receive it on top of your normal salary. It could be a car, health insurance, childcare, or a free gym membership. Even if you get just one fringe benefit, we usually use it in plural. Fringe benefits. Good job. Let's go to the next one. So let's continue with business English. Speaking about work, what does temp stand for in this expression? There is too much work on the construction site. We might need a temp. We might need a temp. What is a temp? Or who is a temp? Do you have an idea? Well, let's speculate. What words begin with temp? Temperature? That sounds odd here. Temperament? No. Temporary. Temporary worker. A temp is a temporary worker or someone who has a temporary contract. Good job. Let's go to the next one. Word choice. Sounds easy, but it's a tricky one. Have a look. I don't like the color or the paint of the walls in the reception area. A warmer shade would be better. You don't like the color of the walls or the paint of the walls. What do you think? Which word is correct here? Color, right. Black, white, red, blue, they're all colors. While paint is the liquid that is applied to surfaces and has a particular color. So you don't like the color of the walls. It has to be changed. It needs a warmer shade. Our next question refers to informal English. If that happens, I'll be extremely surprised. That's simply not going to happen. How can you replace the underlined words extremely surprised? Can you say, I'll eat my shoes or I'll eat my hat? Both might sound strange or weird, but one of these expressions is actually correct. I'll eat my shoes or I'll eat my hat. The last one, I'll eat my hat. If that happens, I'll eat my hat. We say this phrase when we know that something is not going to happen. Well, if he passes his driving exam, I'll eat my hat. He's just not capable of it. I'm sure he's not going to pass it. Idiomatic expression. He was already an eager beaver as a student. He'll never change. What does being an eager beaver mean? Is it A, to be an extremely lazy person, or is it B, to be a hardworking person? What do you think? There isn't much context in this with this expression, but still try to decide, is it a lazy, maybe you know this word, lazy person, hardworking person? The last one, right. If someone wants to please others by working hard to achieve excellent results, they're usually called an eager beaver of the class. A beaver is actually an animal that works hard to build its dams. That's why a person who works hard is called an eager beaver. I could probably call myself an eager beaver. At least I was definitely one when I was at school. Now let's have a look at these two confusing verbs. Which one is correct? We need an experienced manager to overlook or to oversee the trainees. What do you think is correct? To overlook or to oversee? Both verbs exist, right? But choose one without thinking. What do you say? To oversee, right? Because to oversee someone means to supervise, to be responsible for something. And to overlook means you don't notice or you don't see that something that is important. You can overlook someone or you can overlook something. But if you oversee someone, you supervise these people. Okay guys, I hope you liked this short vocabulary test and it wasn't rocket science. If you watched this video till the end, then you're probably a real eager beaver who enjoys learning English. Thanks a lot for joining me today, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye guys!